Hey guys, welcome. This is my first video on YouTube. Just gonna play some Atomicrops. I was hoping pausing I could show you the thing, but I'll quickly go to the menu to just show it. I don't know if you really want to see it that badly, but that's up to you, I guess. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. Anyway, of course the loading screen takes about 2502 years, and it took so long to load, I forgot I was trying to show the loading screen a bit. But anyway, we're just gonna get into a run now. How about that? That sounds like the right thing to do. Anyway, this game is a weird combination of like Stardew Valley and Nuclear Throne, which it's like a farming simulator where enemies come and attack your farm and you sell your crops to a nearby town and use the money from that to actually buy upgrades. Now, that's not the only way to get upgrades. You get like upgrades from fighting enemies as well, and there's other areas I'll show you. You'll see in a sec. Don't worry about it. You'll see. Anyway, I just like quickly planted some potatoes. That stuff was on the floor is fertilizer, and that just lets you like. Sorry. Okay, so how this works is you have these sort of like camps. You can see like this. It's like a pigeon coop here with a little flag on top and this circular grass around it. Yeah, that's one of the camps. I don't know what they're actually called, but that's what I'm calling them. And it lets you choose one of the items: a tremor, which expands farmable land and tills soil, or lets me sow seeds in every plot. I'm gonna take the tremor to try and just build up as much land as possible early, you know? Play this basically like a strategy game like Civ or something. Just try and grab all the land. Just, you can never have enough. The more land you have, the more crops you can grow, the more money you can make, and you know, the better time you're gonna have overall. I could get a helpful worm or I could get an air freshener. I am gonna go for the helpful worm. So you won't immediately see the benefits of the helpful worm, but you'll see once we get back to the farm. Once I till the ground, these little worms like pop out of the ground, and you pick them up and build like a huge worm behind you. It's sort of like built up of pieces of the discarded worms in the ground, which is kind of dark now that I think about it. But anyway, he's our friend. He's not that amazing. He blocks bullets, but he trails behind you, so it feels a bit awkward to use most of the time, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. And it is really all that good, and I just don't know how to use it properly. Who knows? Anyway, it's a good get, but not incredible. Oh, this is the best tractor. I haven't talked about tractors yet, but tractors are essentially like active items, if you know what that means. And in the bottom right corner, you can see it like it has like a bar on the right side that needs to be filled up. You fill it up by doing farming activities and shooting enemies and killing enemies. Basically just most things you do generate charge for the tractor. And these little squiggly gummy things coming out of the ground is a worm, and as you can see, we're building up this massive worm following me now. Now, I would have loved it if this worm actually did damage, but from what I can tell, it doesn't. Another important part of the game are roses. Roses are really cool because, well, not really cool, they're nah. But, you know, they use them to put some romance on the ladies. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Or girls, I don't judge, whatever you're into. But yeah, use the roses to sort of, well, you flirt. Yeah, you flirt with citizens in the town, and by doing this you actually gain upgrades and you build on your relationship with them as well. till eventually you can get married, and once you get married to them, there's like they have an extra bonus. I haven't been married to many of them, only one. Oh, by the way, the sunflower, you just throw all of your fertilizer on, it just gives you money for however much fertilizer you put on. I haven't really bothered to check how much it is per fertilizer, because who cares, but we'll see. Anyway, we're heading back to town now. That helicopter dude was pretty cool. He came and saved us. Our worm follows us because what wouldn't attract the ladies? Like a massive worm dragging on the floor behind you. Of course, it's a friendly defensive worm. I don't know what you guys were thinking about, but that's all I was saying. I was gonna buy more seeds to try and plant as many crops as possible now. I might buy a gun, but the problem with buying guns is they only last one day. I have a pretty good amount of money for the first day. Normally I get like 50, so I'm gonna just buy the spud rifle. Ha 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 ha. And the spud rifle is sort of like a normal gun. It just, I don't know, it's really just like a normal assault rifle. That's the best way I could describe it. It just shoots and kills stuff, does damage. Yay. Now, I used my tractor there, and what that did, I used it not in the best circumstances, I'd say, but you know, I used it. And the tractor basically just broke open some new soil for me. It fertilized the crops that was there, except I didn't have any crops there, so it was a gross misuse of it, and it probably would have been better to save it for fighting off enemies here. But you know what? I didn't think it through completely, and now I just gotta suffer the consequences. It is what it is. Anyway, I just decided to go to the other side to show off what this side looks like now instead. And yeah, I'll take the pigeon on the right. What this one does is it allows you to sort of waters all of your crops and also helps them grow faster. That's probably one of the ones I pick up the most, but hey. Anytime I go quiet, it's just because I'm gonna take my anger out on him. Okay, another mechanic in the game is energizing. Now what happens is when you're energized, you do farming. All farming activities are done much quicker, and I think because we have cutting weeds does damage, it might be a good idea to be able to get energized in order to cut weeds even faster and kill enemies even faster. That's my line of thinking there anyway. Oh, got this golden pooper at a very inopportune moment right at dusk. I'm just gonna take this hole back to my farm, and I'm just gonna water all my crops, just give them all fertilizer. I was hoping that would be enough to actually get them to combine, but apparently not. Anyway, once you have 4 of the same crop in like a little square and you throw enough fertilizer on it, they turn into a big crop, just like what happened here. That's a huge prickly pear. Now you're supposed to be able to combine like 4 of the mega prickly pears into a, I don't know, ultra mega supreme prickly pear, but I haven't managed to accomplish that yet. It seems a bit hard, and getting the actual space to do it is hard, and I always just hold L2 down, because L2 is like the farming button, and by doing that it's I sort of end up using my pickaxes at the wrong time, and I make a really weirdly shaped farm, and then I can't really combine things. But you know, it happens. This stuff happens, right? I'm not perfect. Anyway, friendly worm actually came in useful there and blocked a shot for me while I was predisposed. That's definitely the wrong word to use, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And going back to town, we made a fine amount of money, I'd say. Not the best. We did fine. Got a couple of useful upgrades. We now get energized by killing enemies, which helps us in the long run, I'd say. It's not too good right now, but it could be useful later. And now we're gonna... Okay, so you can see there in the top right corner is a little calendar, and it's showing that that was the second day we just completed. On the third day, it's the end of the season and we're fighting a boss. At this point, I like to invest kind of heavily into getting a gun. I like having high rate of fire against this boss specifically. Just a gun with high rate of fire seems to do well against him because you get to like push him back. Anyway, you'll see what I mean. That opportunity to get myself a drink of water. The throat was kinda dry. You know, they say you gotta keep your throat wet now, especially with coronavirus. Oh, almost planted my other sunflower. I wasted that one now, cause well, how sunflowers work? You throw fertilizer on them and you get money. But hey, I have 0 fertilizer, so great use, Jock. I saw the fertilizer on the bridge. It's not worth going back. Fertilizer's not that important of a currency, don't worry about it. Anyway, this pigeon coop can take a hell of a shooting. I'm gonna go for the rain cloud. Sorry, I made that way harder than it needed to be. And then I had to focus to get out of it. But yeah, I like the rain cloud. The rain cloud's really useful. Oh, I don't really get what that helicopter is meant to be. Is it just a helicopter? Because it doesn't seem to fit in the theme very well. I've heard people say it's like a flower, but to be honest, I haven't paid enough attention to actually realize that. Oh, just gonna nuke these dudes with my tractor. That's a really fun sentence to say. I'm gonna get the chicken, because the chicken cuts weeds for me. And remember, anytime I got weeds cut, enemies take damage. So it seems like a good investment to me. You know, I completely forgot about the golden pupa, but I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now. I'm trying to get back to that mushroom, which I've done. There it is. And that's just because it recharges my tractor. Oh yeah, so now that it's dusk, the boss starts chasing me down. He thinks he's all spooky and sneaky and stuff, but I see him. You don't fool me. Oh, he gets me anyway. No, I am not a fan of how he just pulled me into an enemy. Seems unfair to me, okay? Now I get I didn't take damage that time, but hey. Put me in a compromising situation unnecessarily, and I, for one, will not stand for this sort of injustice. Now, to be honest with you, I really don't care that much. I mean, I haven't taken... Have I taken damage yet? I feel like I'm doing pretty well. And I haven't really been paying too much attention. Gonna be honest. Getting used to commentating and gaming at the same time is gonna take some time for me. And my first video's quality might suffer a little bit because of it, but you know, it's a long process. I sort of got into this because I'm bored and I don't know what else to do with my life right now. But hey, if it takes us a little time to get good at it, it takes us a little time to get good at it. What do they say? That the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In my case, that single step might just be me falling on my face as I leave the door. It happens. Now, I will admit it's sort of a weird sensation, but I'm getting there. I feel like I'm getting better even as this video goes on, I feel. You know, by like the second video I'm gonna be the greatest already. That's just how I progress. I get you normal, casual gamers and streamers. You need time to develop, and I get it. But I just understand this stuff. It just comes naturally, you know? And that's why there are so few awkward silences while I'm doing this, obviously. I mean, this seems like a huge upgrade. Just makes cutting weeds even better. Okay, so the horse is kind of cool. It's sort of like traveling. It reminds me of, I think it was, what's that game called? It was like Heroes of the Storm or something, the one MOBA. That was like all the Blizzard heroes. I think they got like horses. And I'm trying to make a figure 8 with this worm. It's very satisfying to watch, honestly. But yeah, what was I talking about? Got distracted by my own worm. Oh, that happens. But, dude, what the hell was I just talking about? So I got the worm, I got the horse. Oh yeah, Heroes of the Storm, that like a MOBA, yeah, but anyway, yeah, it wasn't even that important to go back to, sorry for that. But yeah, it reminds me of that, because you can't shoot while you're on the horse. The moment you shoot, you go off the horse. So. And I will admit, I had it like once before, and it like threw me off every time I'd like run through enemies, and then all of a sudden the horse kicks in and I get a massive speed boost. And then I run into an enemy, I'm like, ah, no. Ah. So it's a bit of a struggle, but I admit that's just due to my own impatience. I like to go from point A to point B as quickly as possible. And you know, sometimes I take damage for it, hopefully, and I've accepted that. Hopefully my play in the rest of the game is good enough to make up for that, so that part is yet to be determined. But hey, we did a pretty good job on spring. Got that going for us. And yeah, tractor's already charged, so let's just nuke these dudes, get back here for the tractor charge again. Scary mask. I personally am not a big fan of the scarecrows. I don't really understand what the point of them are. They're just worse turrets as far as I understand, but they also block me. And then what ends up happening is while I'm dodging enemies, I just get myself caught on a scarecrow and I end up taking damage, and instead of blocking the bullet, it just blocks me. So you know what? For now, I'm gonna choose to ignore scarecrows. Oh my word, I forgot about the golden pupa again. With golden pupas there. It will be a mystery. If you're wondering what that like golden symbol is in the bottom right corner of the screen, that's the golden pupa that I got like 2 days ago. Yeah, I was gonna get hit there. That was, I wouldn't say unavoidable, but at least very hard to avoid damage. I don't feel too bad about it. But anyway, anyway, yeah, the golden pupa we got like 2 days ago in the plains section. And I still haven't gone back to get it. We got it like at dusk and I just kept forgetting. Anyway, we'll probably never get it. It's just too much effort at this point. I don't think it's worth it, right? Nah, I'm gonna go back and get it. Probably next day if I remember. Now I did take a quick look on the map because usually they show where the holes are, but I didn't see any hole to get back to our farm very easily. So what I did there, I just used all of our pigeons at the same time. And the pigeons, I used an earthquake one, which... The earthquake one, sorry I had to I'm just getting slightly mind flooded right now. Yeah, I used the earthquake one. That just tilled all my soil and expanded farmland at the same time. Oh no, locusts! I hate the locusts so much. They're so small, they're really hard to hit, and they end up just like killing your crops before you even like shoot them. I mean, the worms, it's like easier to handle because at least they get knocked back and everything, but you know, these stupid locusts, man, they just... You shoot one and it doesn't matter because like there's like 10 more just chomping down on my turnips. Oh no, see? I'm gonna put down these turrets. I probably should have done that a while ago. Definitely would have helped there in killing those locusts, but... Oh well. Hindsight's 20/20, right? Anyway, back to the town. I have no idea how much money we have. I did not pay attention to that. That was completely at the back of my mind. I was trying to survive mostly. Oh, we did a pretty decent job, and we've got 4 roses. Okay, before I was considering flirting with one of them, but I wasn't too big of a fan of the upgrades we get from either. But this time, we've got Rue here, and Rue is going to increase our farming and fighting stats just for flirting a little bit. And you know, I would say that's a little bit odd, but hey Rue, you do you, Rue. Rue do Rue. Sorry for that, but I'm gonna buy the spud rifle. I have cash to burn. Let's just buy some bridge repair kits too. I don't usually buy too many because I'm pretty slow at clearing the camps out, and you know, by the time the end of the game comes around, I don't need that many, and whatever they give you ends up being enough for me. But we'll see if those come in handy. If not, I only wasted like 200 golden beans, I think the currency is. I have no idea, to be honest. It's hard, man. I don't know what that's supposed to look like. If it's a golden bean, they did a great job. If it's not, I don't know what they're going for. Sorry. Anyway, let's just beat up on a Christmas tree for a sec. And I told you we'd get the golden pupa. I told you. But you didn't believe me, did you? No. No, you thought I was gonna forget again. Well, I showed you. You just can't handle my elite gamer skills. You see how quickly I took down that bull? I didn't even see a bull, you know? I don't know what bull you're talking about. There was none. Went from 100 to 0 health in 0. Exactly. Think about that for a sec. Okay, I think you've had long enough. And no, I wasn't just quiet so I could focus on dodging. No. Those enemies aren't worth fighting because you can only hold one tractor, and I mean my tractor that I have right now I think is a lot better than that one. That one is pretty good with the weed cutting synergies we have right now. But it's not good enough for me to really want to fight those enemies and lose my megaton bomb. Now see, I accidentally used it and I didn't know how to not use it anymore. I accidentally clicked down the right stick, that's how you use it. So, a bit of a waste, but it's okay. The final wave's only coming up now. I realize it might be a bit late starting this, but I mean, who cares? I have the horse. Okay. So Flamingo Friend is a really good pickup. It makes it so much easier to grow certain crops. I mean, by certain crops I just mean roses, really. I don't know why I said certain crops, but yeah. Okay, I realize there's a lot of weeds, but I'm sort of putting it off because I want to try and... I'm putting off cutting the weeds because I want to try and cut a lot of them with my tractor at the same time to try and maximize the damage I do at any given instant. It's probably way too min-maxy, but I'm also just, you know, holding R2 and pointing at an enemy is kind of easier than running around them and holding L2. It's not really, I guess. I don't know why I said that. And now that I put it out loud, I see that there may not be much logic behind that decision. But also I can't believe my subconscious dodged that bomb. I was gonna walk straight into it. I was prepared to walk straight into it, and I don't know, I knew it was coming and I just told myself, nope, you can't dodge that. And then my hands were like, nuh-uh, you do not give up that easily. And I made the dodge happen and I have no idea how that happened. I gave up before even doing it and I made it happen regardless. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate the length of my friendly worm? Now I know this was supposed to be a kid-friendly video, but I mean, we have to appreciate this worm. Looks like a boerewors. Most of you probably don't know what that is unless you're South African. But yeah, it's just like a sausage, you like roll it up. I'm not gonna lie, it's really fun just like drawing a trail behind you. And like you can get some really cool effects going. But now... Okay, so we have a bunch of seeds. I mean, you could always do with more seeds, but I'm gonna hold off for a second. We're about to go into the boss. We have our base gun, so I'm gonna buy another gun just to upgrade it. Now, how the upgrades work is I'm not sure how the system works. I know that I've gotten different upgrades with different guns, but I've also gotten like certain upgrades on the same gun I mean, no, I've gotten the same up. No, I don't know why I'm wording this weirdly. I got the same upgrade on like different guns. So the way it feels like it works to me is that there's just a pool of possible upgrades a gun could get whenever you buy it. And then any time you buy it, it randomly chooses whichever. It randomly chooses one of the upgrades, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we got damage on our spud rifle. Makes me a total spud. I'm sorry, I should really just delete my channel after that one. It really didn't last very long. R.I.P. Curly boy. What, 16 August to 16 August 2020. Lasted about as long as South Africa's coronavirus funds. Hey yo! Anyway, moving on. Okay, we're just gonna... I don't want to plant the roses yet because I want to wait until I have more rose seeds to plant so I could grow a bigger rose. But I'm gonna plant a peach tree over here. I know it looked weird, I was doing a weird shuffle there, but I was trying to get it in a different position and I realized I couldn't put it there because I had other crops growing. And it took me way too long to realize that. Anyway, I have a lot of fertilizer and I'm definitely just gonna dump it all on a sunflower. I don't know if there's a limit to how much you can dump on it. We're about to see if that limit... Oh! I did reach that limit. Oh, and the sunflower has like a really creepy eye on top of it. It feels like it's looking right at me, and I don't care about saving the roses anymore. It's too much effort now. I was gonna plant all these seeds. Maybe throw down a bit of fertilizer if the mood's right. Otherwise, I'm just gonna try and get out as quickly as possible so I could try and pick up some more upgrades. Oh, and that's very useful. That mushroom added more time to our day. So we have more time before sunset, gives us more time to shoot things in the face and get stronger. Just like you do in real life. And Stardew Valley. I'm sorry, I hate this cat. No, I accidentally clicked the stick again. Sorry for that throat noise. That could not have sounded very nice for headphones. Oh. Which, yeah, okay, see, that's how you're meant to handle the cat. Don't even let him mind flood you. Kill him before he does anything. I mean, that's just a great strategy overall. Anytime you're scared in a game or anything, and you just don't know how to deal with something, you should try just killing it. If you haven't tried just killing it and going full offense. Also, I don't know if it was possible for me to dodge because, to be honest, I did not see the enemy when I was teleported in. But here we go with the boss of summer. Hot new track. The boys of summer, boss of summer. There's some sort of joke in there. I'm just not good enough to get it. Or, I don't know. I don't know very much about that song specifically. I have no idea who even sang it. But I'm rambling to try and keep my mind off of the insanity going on the screen right now. And if you don't mind, it's helping, so I'm gonna keep going. Also, screw that bunny. Yeah, this is the phase I really don't like. He it just makes your dodging way harder when there's zones that you know. Oh gosh. This is terrifying. I cannot believe he took that little damage. Oh damn, I just need to go pick up everything. Boss dropped. Anyway, we're back here. Chickens laying eggs. Doing their thing. I got energized. Plant some roses. Harvest the roses, because awesome flamingo powers mean roses grow in an instant. Oh, if only real life was like that. Don't know how it would help me specifically, but I know it'll help someone, right? Just imagine that'd be a pretty cool thing. If you could just plant a flower and it grows instantly. Also, roses don't grow like that. Like they grow in a huge bush. Alright. Also 724 golden beans. This is not a new record, but it is damn good. Right now, this town, we fed it completely. With a lot to spare. We're wasting food. That's right. We have so much food, we can just throw it in the trash and don't worry, there's enough. There's enough left over. This is a town of food fights. I know this seems pretty good, but like when I've used it in the past, it doesn't shoot the knife that often, and the knife doesn't even insta-kill most enemies, so I don't know if it's really that useful. I'm just gonna, oh yes, explosive rounds on my SMG. More like an SMGs, am I right? I'll delete the channel. Just please give me one more shot. I can do better, I promise. No, I don't have anything. I'm sorry, guys. And I just like punch the mic as well. It's amateur hour. I mean, literally. So I haven't seen our worm in a while, and that's just... I wasn't really paying too much attention, but I'm guessing that's because of how many bullets were on the screen after the final boss. That boss just has a lot of bullets on the screen, and because the worm isn't exactly where I am, it's not dodging the bullets. I'm not saying that being exactly where I am is gonna be leading to him dodging all the bullets, because, I mean, if that were the case, I wouldn't be missing HP right now. What I am saying is his movements are slightly more undetermined than mine. I'm gonna use... that was not a good hole to go in. Do not quote me on that. Oh, I hate those. They're called bison, I believe? Oh, that was very satisfying. Just, oh, butcher's knife right into the roach. I can get behind that. Oh, that was a good feeling. And that's why explosive rounds on my SMG are so powerful. It doesn't actually add too much damage, but what makes it powerful is it basically adds this sort of splash damage component to the gun. It makes it a lot better at handling groups of enemies. So against an individual target, it's not that great. Against bosses, it's pretty good because it adds like... You shoot bosses a lot, and with the SMG, you're gonna shoot even more. And because you're doing that many damage instances, I imagine that actually adds so much more damage. But I don't know if it's based off a percentage or if the explosion is actually like a... I don't know what I mean to say is I don't know if the explosion's damage is like dependent on my damage or if like the explosion's damage is an independent number, you know, or a constant. And then because of that, I'm not sure exactly how much better it makes it in every situation, but I mean, who cares? Like, the end of the day is it adds more damage, and more damage is always a good thing. Unless I'm the one taking it. Again, please do not take that out of context. Is it me? Is it just me, or did the gun just start sounding kind of weird? Sounds like it's wet. If that makes sense. I don't know. It sounds a lot more visceral as well. Now, I'm not sure if that's just in my head or if that's actually happening. I imagine it's just in my head. Anyway, trying to get as much money as possible before going back. We got a good 1,200 golden beans. And you know, it's a nice amount of money. We can basically buy out everything in store, I think. Now, whether we want to buy out everything in store is a different question entirely. And I'm gonna say we probably do. These are silver tier. I'm not sure what the difference is between silver and bronze tier crops. But I know certain crops have like special abilities, like if you like pumpkins unleash like a swarm of ghosts after you harvest them or whatever, and I think maybe that's what it's about when it's a higher tier seed, but I also don't really know. Anyway, I'm just gonna buy a gun, upgraded, a bullet orb. Oh, this, you know, I'm gonna say this was a good purchase. And I'm not exactly sure what this gun does, but I know it's gonna hurt. I mean, it's shooting a big flaming ball. I essentially have harvested the power of the sun. You may call me raw. I don't know if I explained trees yet, but I feel like they're pretty self-explanatory. They're just crops that keep growing and are repeatedly harvestable. Because I mean, that's just how trees work in real life too. So I thought you could work that out for yourself, but hey, if you didn't know, now you do. And hey man, don't feel too embarrassed. There's a lot of things that people don't know. I forgot we didn't have the SMG and I almost just ran into the enemy guns blazing and killed myself. Whew. Oh. That's why I'm not a big fan of the roaches. The reason I'm trying to get close is this, before I shoot, I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't see that fly. I was too busy reading what it does, what the items do, to pay attention to the enemies around me, which is always a bad thing to do. Do not do that. But basically what we just picked up is the burrowed butterfly, and what this does is anytime we till soil, it'll break crust and releases an explosive butterfly, and I thought that would be useful with our tractor, since whenever we do it, it tills all the soil and breaks crust. So anytime we use our tractor near our crops, we're just gonna end up doing a bunch of damage and releasing a bunch of explosive butterflies. However, it might be overkill and all the enemies are in the area might be dead anyway if we just nuked them. You never know. That's all I'm gonna say, you never know. It might be useful. Especially against like a boss who can like survive the blast, you know? Anyway, we'll go back here. Just gonna run around, collect this stuff. I didn't get a chance to collect my golden pupa. Now the other item that was available is also really good, and I think it might honestly be the better option. It's just I wanted to experiment with the explosive butterflies a little bit more. That's just I don't know. There's a lot of weird innuendos coming out of this video, and I'm not a fan. But anyway, the other item, it zaps enemies for half of their health whenever I water crops. But I don't have too many things to help me water crops, and as you can see, I'm pretty bad at watering crops. Most of my crops here are demanding water and probably dying because of it. But you know what we do to the thirsty hoes? We just ignore them. Maybe if we're passing by and throwing a little water on them doesn't hurt us, we could do it, but in general, you know, ignoring is a good strategy. Now, I'll admit this game has some weird innuendos that come out of it. Like the one item is also called like the golden hoe, and that one just, the jokes write themselves, right? I got my golden hoe tilling that soil. It's plowing with my golden hoe. It's too easy. The game needs to make it more of a challenge. We can't make these easy jokes. We need to rise above that. Be better. And only giggle privately. So that even though we're laughing at the bad jokes, no one knows. That's important, guys. And no, you really shouldn't take anything I say seriously. By the way, like, none of this is serious. I have no idea what I'm saying. Most of the time I've finished my sentence and I don't even remember what I said at the start of it. It's gonna be interesting actually listening back on this video because I'll actually hear everything that I said. Also, we're gonna fight the boss now, so I'm gonna buy one more upgrade, and I should probably not have bought this gun against this boss, since this boss likes to just like rush in directions, but he's fairly predictable at least, so you can like stay out of his way. And the reason I don't think this gun might be the greatest choice because you benefit from being as close as possible to the enemy, as this gun's got quite a decent amount of spread. So you want to do as much damage as possible. You gotta be as close as possible, but I don't think it's better than the base gun anyways. Like, it's fine, you know? We'll make it work. Like, I don't think it's gonna be an issue at all. Also, yeah, I can actually jump down this hole. Again, do not take me out of context. Ooh. Well, now remember earlier when I said we don't really have a reason to fight those guys? Well, now we do have a reason to fight those guys. We can hold an extra tractor. I don't really remember the button for swapping tractors. I'll check in a sec. But I mean, I'm not... Did I just... Wait, how did those... Okay, I had to test that. I thought that I ran over a cockroach with my horse and that ended up killing it, but I wasn't sure what happened there. I know an enemy died, but I didn't shoot and didn't seem like he was in the right place to be hit by the thorn around me, so I'm really so I'm not totally sure what ended up killing him. I realize I could probably go out and get more stuff, but you know, the boss is probably gonna be here soon. There wasn't too much left. Anything else, I needed to get another bridge repair kit to open up. And this is what I meant by he's pretty predictable. Like, he just goes in a square around like your farm. Also, he's very close to being dead. Wow, that was... I'm like, wow, I'm kind of impressed with the speed at which we were just killing him. Okay, yeah, that's just... I find that attack kind of scary. And it's just because it seems like your only option is to run to the side, but I'm... Well, at least that's the only way I've been able to dodge it. But I don't know, maybe you can fit between those wheels. Anyway, we killed that boss incredibly quickly, and we still have like another... We still have another wave of enemies to go before we even have to... Before morning even comes, so we're completely set, and I think we're gonna be completely fine going into the next month as well. At the moment we're looking pretty strong. I really don't like that guy, he's really tanky. I'm trying to water as many of my crops as possible, but I suck at watering and I don't have anything to help me with watering. If we can get anything that helps with watering, that would sort of help speed up our whole farming process a lot. We just become a lot better overall. We have a lot of ground to farm in, we just don't have the capabilities of farming that many crops at the same time. We can't water all of them. And we have problems with our weeds being overgrown and stuff, but that's probably because I started using the tractor more when trying to get upgrades rather than... Also, we got 1,014, and I just gotta say, that is an incredible number. But that is also boosted by like 2 incredible sunflower plays. And once again, we fill it up completely, get another bridge repair kit, get more pickaxes, get a bunch of cornucopias. The cornucopias you actually use for the permanent upgrades in the... I don't know what you call it, the overworld. Now I've got like a little drone that follows us as well. So we could get one of those, but I want to try and see if I can actually end up marrying Rue. Because I've never been married to Rue, and I want to see what she does. I need to get more roses before I'm gonna make it happen, but we got time for that. We need 5, right? We need 6 total. No, we need 5. Yeah, so we got that. I wouldn't say we needed to upgrade, but I want to venture out into more dangerous areas now. And because of that, it might be useful to invest a bit more into weapon. We could have invested once more, but I'd like to save a little bit of money just for a rainy day, you know? Have a little left over to help for the next day, buy better weapons for the boss and all that stuff. I think we're good the way we are. So the pigeon, I just use planted crops in all. I mean all of my lots, or whatever you call it, all of my plots. Planted seeds everywhere. Just, there you go. I don't know why I struggled so much to get that out. Okay, well. Off to adventuring we go! Dude, our worm is so long, it's going off the screen. Look at that worm. Oh yeah, ricochet. I'm trying to find the bridge. I went the wrong direction. Once you go through the area, there's another level to that area. You can talk to this guy to take you back to the beginning immediately. I was so focused on getting that shot off that I forgot to actually dodge. Almost. I haven't spent too much time exploring these areas, so this is mostly new to me. I'm not very familiar. The one time I got here, I was pretty early on in my Atomicrops days, and I wasn't very good at the game, obviously, so I couldn't survive for very long. Also, I really hate that these birds changed color. It makes it so hard to see them. The background's already like a brownish red, and then these birds are red as well, and I can't see them. I can see them, but when I'm focusing on something else, it's so hard. Also, do you see how well they blend in? Killing enemies cuts nearby weeds. There we go. That is an incredible synergy. The likes of which we have been waiting for basically all game. Also, just appreciate the beauty of what happened there. We watered all our crops. Watering crops zaps enemies for half their health. Then we also, so I'm just running through fertilizing all my crops, seeing what combines. I don't know if anything is in the right layout to combine, but hey, you never know. Also, I'm just gonna run around the outside. I'm gonna be chopping down weeds to hurt enemies. And then through doing this, it'll slow down enemy bullets in the air. It'll harm all enemies nearby. And if any enemies die, it'll also... the enemy will end up cutting a bunch of weeds around them for me. So to me, this just seems like the right way to play right now. Also that harvest. But I really need to pay more attention to dodging. I'm not in dangerous situations, I'm just not paying attention to dodging, and that's why I'm getting hit. But I mean, we're not in any real danger yet. Morning just came. We earned a bunch of money again. You know, I feel like we're doing well. Going back to town now. Hey guys, Sorry, recording stopped. I could only record like an hour at a time. The edit will make it seem a lot smoother if I bother. Anyway, back in town, I didn't skip anything, so you can see that's how much I earned for the day, and here we go. I think I'm just gonna buy the seeds, because I think it's always useful buying the seeds. We don't have enough roses yet to wed her. We need 2 more roses. I think I'd sort of want to prioritize that, because that would be very helpful going into the winter boss. I don't remember the final boss very well. I only killed him once. I also only saw him once. Unless the final boss is the winter boss, in which case I've seen him twice. But I remember the first time I beat the boss, it was different than the second time I got to the final winter boss. So I'm not sure. My brain's a bit confused about the bosses in the late game. I don't get here very often because I've been playing year 2, and year 2 is a lot more challenging than year 1. I'm getting through pretty easily with a lot of mistakes because I'm pretty used to the game at this level. It's not that complex, and I've been playing at a higher difficulty. So coming back down to year 1 does make things a bit easier. But if you guys want to pick up this game and try it, let me know how your experience with it is, and let me know if you found out anything about it that I don't know. And I'm really interested in hearing what other people have to say about it, to be honest. I've had a lot of fun with this game. I think it's great. That guy is really annoying. You have to shoot him from behind, but I don't know a good way of getting behind him. I guess just like that. The first time I saw that guy, he just straight up killed me because I did not understand I was supposed to go behind him. And I also only had like 1 health, to be fair. I think I just freed a bunch of farm animals from a huge... Oh, so the rewards get bigger and bigger when you go into the harder areas. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, it makes sense, and like, seems like a very reasonable thing to do. It's just I haven't been exploring this deep in here. Did I get hit now, or was that just a weird sound effect I heard? Because I feel like I didn't lose any HP, but I heard a damage sound, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, gonna try and get in here to get back. But that scorpion was being a little bit rude about it all. I don't know, maybe he just wanted a little bit of attention. Wait. I have no idea what hit me. The game gets pretty insane, like at this point. I hate this. I know I could have dodged between the bullets, but I would rather just let the worm block a bullet for me to make the gap bigger. Anyway, sorry I'm silent because this is intense, to say the least. Like, there is a lot of stuff going on the screen right now, and it's taking a lot of my focus, just being able to keep track of all of it. No. Okay. Yeah, we might be in trouble. Yeah, our tree They ate our tree. Yeah, I just didn't do enough damage to get them away. That's a little bit of a shame, but hey, it happens. I think we still did pretty well overall. Got a lot of money. Heading back to town, feeling safe, feeling confident going into the final day. I did plant the roses. I'm not sure if I harvested them now. I meant to, but now I can't remember. And now I'm getting a little bit anxious because that would have been great. I did harvest them, and now we have... Oh, look how cute. Look at my wedding ring. Nah, just kidding. So now she'll follow me, and she'll also like attack. I'm gonna get this bud rifle and just upgrade it a bunch. Get seeds. And no, I'm just gonna buy that. And go back to the farm. See if we can make this happen. Going into this fight, I've only seen this boss twice. And I don't remember if there's a boss after this boss. Or if this boss has 2 phases. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier when I couldn't put words together. Anyway, I'm just gonna plant these things. Oh, I didn't even realize I had that many coffee seeds. Whoa! Look at that boar go! That took so much fertilizer, I don't understand. I don't have enough to go to the one on the right. Enough bridge repair kits, that is, so I'm just gonna go back here, see if there's anything I missed, but I'm not sure. Also, homing shots is so good. Look at that. Oh, that's incredible. I've never had homing shots in this game before. It makes this game so much better. But I think the damage upgrade from our beautiful wife Rue. Sorry, Mick. She's probably helping a lot as well. Oh, turrets watering nearby crops. Could definitely have used that a lot earlier, but I'm not going to complain about having it now. So now turrets will water nearby crops, and remember, anytime you water something, nearby enemies get zapped for half the health. Okay, that is cool. I'm seeing a lot of this stuff for the first time, and I gotta say, I'm a fan. I didn't realize there was so much enemy variety in this game, and I'm sort of excited to see what's going on in the other biomes on other runs. Do I want to get another hog, or do I want to get another turret? I think I'm gonna get another turret. As good as the hogs are, now that we have turrets watering crops, I think it's gonna be useful if we get another turret going. Oh. And I was gonna see if there's a nearby shortcut. There's one if we just go all the way over here. Also, I hate this guy. This guy is evil. I'm not sure the best way to fight him, because if you sort of ignore him, he gets out of hand. If you don't ignore him, other enemies get out of hand. He gets... If you don't take care of everything on the screen as quickly as possible with this guy, he will just punish you hard. These things you need to kill quickly. Those bunnies that he spawns, they're fast. And they will outrun you. You cannot outrun them. You can run for a long time, but they will catch you. At some point they've just built up to the point where you cannot fight anymore. He's killed a couple of my good runs that way. I want to plant seeds because if I remember correctly, there's a phase where I need to do damage by actually harvesting crops. And since he's almost dead, and I think there's more after he dies, I want to save. Oh, I accidentally picked up a turret. I'm just gonna put it down there. Okay, I'm not sure what happens after this guy dies. I think there's another boss coming. I think I get to spend my money once more. No, there's so many locusts. What the hell? Okay, well that... No, I gotta say, I think I was... Oh. Oh. Oh, everything got harvested. Yeah, okay, so there is like one... So there's a final boss after that boss, okay. So it's not two phases. Now I know. Sorry, I'm gonna wipe away from the mic for a sec. Oh, here we are. 1,670 gold. That is an incredible haul, and we have the longest worm. So, you know, I think we've already won the game. We're gonna completely feed this town. They're gonna be so happy. Look at that. Oh. Food for days. Okay. None of that seemed too huge, I think. Days last longer, but too little too late. Butterfly nest, that can be useful, but I don't know, it's a bit hard to get crops to merge properly on the last day from my experience. The stats up is always a huge bonus. So I think we're gonna buy a cow. And we're definitely going to buy an earthquake, because the earthquake is going to... Because the earthquake is going to allow us to make a lot of explosive butterflies. And that's all we're going for. Also, we are not going in with the pea shooter, but I guess we're going for the blunder boom and just upgrading it as much as possible. Got clip size, triple shot size, and faster reload. So the plus size just makes our bullets actually larger in size. Who would have guessed it? Anyway, here we go, into the final boss. So now why this guy is really annoying is you can't hurt him by shooting him. At least not directly. Also just gotta be aware of those dodges. They're not too hard to make, but they can be if you've got a lot of stuff on the screen. See, by harvesting the crops. I don't know what that was now, but it scared me a little, not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on. This is scary. I don't remember this at all. Oh yeah, there's these massive veggies floating around. I remember this now. I mean, to be honest with you, I think our gun is just so strong that we don't really have to worry about most of what's going on the screen. We just sort of shoot in something's general direction and it's gonna die. I think we got hit. But is it weird if I say I'm not sure? I'm gonna use that to summon a bunch of explosive butterflies. Also, I'm just shooting because as far as I know, these bullets have infinite... No, they do not have infinite range. Oh, he's dead. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Well, anyway, that is Atomicrops, guys. That's actually the highest score I've ever gotten. My highest score before that was only 1,000 less, but thank you for watching. And please subscribe if you want to see more, and don't be afraid to leave a like. Thank you.